Welcome back. We've been trying to speak with Mr. J.C. Sharma, the Vice Chairman and Managing Director of Sobha Limited. Mr. Sharma, I hope we are third time lucky. You were telling us what have been the sales trends in the various markets you operate.
So what we have been seeing is a secular trend where products are selling across all categories, all regions, and across all age groups. This is something we are witnessing for the first time. We are also seeing NRIs also buying and more number of people going for home loans. And with this kind of a background, we believe that this kind of a trend should continue even in a near foreseeable future.
Okay. Any numbers? I mean, how were third quarter sales so far compared to third quarter last year?
See, we believe we should be doing better this quarter than what we achieved in the last quarter. And our second half this year should be better than what we achieved in the same second half last year. Value-wise, definitely will be significantly better. On volume-wise also, we should be doing better than the last year.
So can you give us some numbers? The volumes, I think the first half of the year was a little over 1.5 million square feet. That's a fall of actually 26% year on year. That's the first half. Yes. So based on that 1.5 million square feet, how much will you do in the second half?
See, we did close to 2 million square feet in the last year second half. We hope to do better than that. On a value per square feet basis also, we should be doing a double-digit growth on our realization than what we achieved in the last year.
So which is the best performing market for you?
Bangalore. Okay. Bangalore, followed by Kochi and then Gurgaon.
Okay. And Gurgaon until recently was faced with some oversupply. Are things now coming back? I mean, is the supply receding now?
See, the supply issue, we keep saying that of course there is an oversupply from a visible perspective. But from the customer's perspective, the supply is not there. And there have been far lesser launches in this pandemic than at any given point of time. So we are not worried from the supply side. What customers and the system is worried about, the people whose projects are ongoing, whether they are going to complete it or not, because the liquidity issue still remains for most of the developers.
Okay.
So in such an environment, I think in any market now, there are very few developers whose projects are progressing on schedule as per the RERA guidelines, and they are getting most of the sales numbers.
Okay. The last time when we spoke with you, you had said that a lot of the NRI community, especially from areas like Kochi, are the ones who are purchasing more and volumes have gone up because of that. Any other granular trends that you've noticed because of which volumes have jumped up?
See, primarily it is because of, as far as the Kerala market is concerned, they are buying high value products and mostly they are from outside what you call Kerala or outside India and from UAE in particular. But otherwise also in Bangalore market also we have seen the NRI market has shown improvement. Earlier it used to be 10 to 15%, now it is about 20%. So this is also a good sign.
Okay. Mr. Sharma, what about prices? Have they increased?
See, prices have not per se increased. It's the configuration, as I was telling in the beginning. Now you are selling products which were high priced also. Or like in the markets like Gurgaon or Kochi, when you are selling them more, the realization is better. So it is not that the prices have increased. On the one hand, the discounts have come down. What we used to offer, the discounts have come down. On the other hand, somewhere you see clear stability in the prices also.
Okay, and a final question. You have been making it very clear that the few builders and developers who have been able to, negotiate correctly through the RERA guidelines and who have had a good balance sheet are the only ones who are able to complete, and that's why it's not as if there is an oversupply. Do you see any trend of the healthier builders like yourselves taking over some of the stuck projects?
We have taken a couple of the projects which are stuck, but when we have been doing this kind of work, you find most of the projects which are stuck, unfortunately, they do not have the equity. And number two, the people who have lent money to the developers, they are not prepared to give any kind of a concession. So it is becoming extremely difficult, though we definitely would like to support these stress projects, provided the lenders take some kind of a haircut and the developers understand the gravity of their cash flow.
Who are the lenders? Are they banks? Are they housing finance companies? Or are they, outside the formal sector?
See, NBFC, primarily they have been farmers with them, but others no.
Mr. Sharma, it's been a bit of a tricky day as far as connections are concerned, but we got the basic gist of it. Sobha saying that there is a secular improvement in demand. In fact, affordable as well as luxury is doing well, and even their own projects have picked up quite a bit. Let's do one thing, let's move on. Reports indicate that the government has